everybody.
And we're back.
We're back. So today we're going to interview one of our good friends, Dawn. We've been friends since elementary
school. Yes, first grade.
Yes, absolutely. We went to elementary together. We went to junior high together. Parted ways in high school. And we want to talk to her because she is in the travel industry.
Yes.
So, Dawn, tell us what it is that you do, love.
I'm a flight attendant. I was a flight attendant with a charter and a commercial airline. Currently a commercial airline.
Okay. Well, then, being a flight attendant, I know that you have some good stories. So, can you give us a story from each, the commercial and private?
Oh, commercial and charter. But charter, you were actually going good with that because it was a private charter airline. Okay. So, yeah, you weren't far off. Now.
Okay.
Clever. So, yeah, if you want to just go into it with some exciting stories, let's start. The first one that comes to mind, I think, is kind of traumatic, only because I've never seen this on an aircraft before, but it was in my early years of flying as a flight attendant, so I'm still somewhat green, if you want to say that, and we are on our way from Las Vegas to Honolulu, Hawaii. So exciting destination.
It's like an 8-hour flight?
No, 5.
What?
5 from Vegas. Yes, it's not too far.
Okay.
So while in flight, we're in the middle of service, and charter airline, for those of you who don't know, is almost like a contracted carrier, so the three of us could charter a flight. Just putting that out there because I don't want to assume. So we're on a DC-10 aircraft, which is a wide body aircraft. It has 2 lanes. And as we're coming down the aisle on each side, there was a young lady who was having a situation. We didn't know what it was, what's going on, but she starts to spaz out and she grabs the chair in front of her. Now, I mentioned DC-10, so this is an older aircraft. I don't think they even carry passengers to this day, like they've been removed. So if I could build a picture for you, the DC-10 has the oxygen masks inside the seat backs.
So that coming from the top. Okay.
So as she's grabbing this chair, now the passenger in front of her is an elderly lady. Bless her heart, right? So she starts to grab the chair in front of her and just starts shaking it like crazy. And I'm in the mid galley. The mid galleys were on this aircraft is where we board the passengers, is where we get the beverage carts, because on the DC-10, the main galley is downstairs. There was an elevator on this aircraft. So that's where all the carts came up from to start our service. So I'm up there, but we hear what's going on, because what's very important on the aircraft is the flight attendants have to know how to communicate. So as she's spazzing out, grabbing this chair, shaking them like crazy, the oxygen masks pop out, and I mentioned we're going to Hawaii. So who dominates the Hawaiian island? We have the Polynesians, the Samoans, it's very populated. So we had I'm just going to put it out there. We're all familiar with the Samoan build, So the flight attendants, we jump into action, and to stop her from causing any more harm to herself or others, we restricted her because we were in the middle of service. So that flight attendant was able to block her coming out of her lane with their cart on that one side, and the flight attendant followed suit on the other side. So we were able to contain the situation, not knowing what's going on with this young lady. We grabbed the zip ties, which is what we're trained to do, and we restrained her from her.
Wow.
Yes, we had to buckle.
They train you guys to do that?
Yes, girl.
I would have never known.
Yeah, if I could go down the list.
So, but how were you able to, did she willingly give you her arms?
No, so this is when an announcement.
Okay, first of all, and what happened with the lady in front? Did she get moved?
We relocated her.
Before y'all tried to do the zip tie. Okay.
And we made an announcement for anyone who was able to assist in restraining her. So here come our...
Over the speaker?
Yes.
So the lady knew what you guys were about to do then?
Did she? I don't know. We don't know what state of mind she was in. So, we did, you use all your tools of communication, absolutely. Whether it be your voice, your hands, block, stop, anything. Anything. So then we had a couple Samoan passengers that were able to surround her. They had some sitting in front of her, on side of her, behind her. Lady, you are not going anywhere. And I said we were going from Las Vegas to Las Vegas to Honolulu, Hawaii. We're in the middle. So where are we going? we might as well keep going to Honolulu.
Right.
So we weren't able to, the captain chose not to deviate from the route. So they sat by her until we arrived in Honolulu.
But you guys got the zip tie situation.
Yes.
Zip tied, and then they just kind of sat there like a football team, basically.
Pretty much.
Until you guys got to Honolulu.
And she settled down.
Dude, exactly.
Yeah.
Were they the first ones? Was she the first one that was able to get off the plane, or what did they do? Or did they do
first, I want to backtrack. I started in the middle. I started with the meat of the story because I also want to share that during the boarding process, this is when you have to be situationally aware.
Right.
During the boarding process, there was a gate agent that walked her to her seat on the plane.
Oh.
Does a gate agent walk you to your seat?
Absolutely not. That's already
like
doing
kids.
something. So
that was like, okay, now
so
that
the gate agent didn't warn you guys?
No.
Oh, okay.
No. And we're thinking airport employee to airport employee.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
you're taking her to her seat? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Not thinking anything of it, you know. We're thinking like, oh, well, if there was something to know, she would tell us.
Let you know. Right.
So that, I'm not going to say we necessarily dropped the ball, but it's one of those where you kind of entrust your colleagues as to, you know, they know what they're doing.
Safety.
We've all been here, you know?
Yeah.
So that was one part. Now, and then I shared the middle. Now, the end, yes, she was the first one to get off the aircraft, greeted by law enforcement. Yeah. And her story, now this is rumor, still hearsay. This happened many moons ago, so I'm not even sure if it's factual, you know. We'll just go ahead and say alleged because, when I say this was many moons ago, I'm speaking like 2003, 2004.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So, come to find out, and this is what a local Hawaiian told me, like sometimes being that Hawaii is very tropical year round, that some families that could no longer afford the care of their family members, that sometimes they do get them a one-way ticket. Okay, and I'll leave it there. So it's just, we didn't know, but everyone's safely deplaned. The elderly lady was fine, the one I was sitting in front of her. Everyone was safe, everyone was fine. I don't know what has happened to her since then. Yeah.
But that definitely would be interesting.
Yeah, it was kind of wild.
Like,
it's like, what's going, you know, but then it kind of, you know, that's a learning lesson too, because it's like, wow, you really don't know what people are going through, you know? So that was interesting.
I think it's interesting that you guys learn how to use zip ties and stuff like that in your training. So that,
let me just give you the rundown. So I feel like a flight attendant could be a paramedic,
absolutely,
a firefighter, a cop, a care provider,
right.
Yeah. You know,
you're doing everything.
You have to do all
like,
check all the boxes because you are literally at 35,000 feet or higher, just you and I.
Trying to manage people.
Yeah.
And their wonderful personalities.
Yeah.
So let's go into the next story.
So as a commercial flight attendant working for a commercial airline now, we're going from charter. Charter can also mean, there's different charters, right? There's NFL, there's military, there's so many different types of charters that was an actual paid charter where passengers actually paid their money. Now, when you go into government, you know, there's just different sectors of it. So that was a paid ticket. Now, coming over to the commercial side, which is also a paid ticket, but our passengers move differently. You know, it's very high-low. You know, it's just, you just don't know. And you put your feelers out there, especially when you're working near or at the boarding door or just the boarding process period. I'm already kind of gauging, you know, how are we going to proceed?
Who's going to be a problem child? To come in like, hello. Just, trying to,
Thank you. Yeah, so many words.
Yeah.
And that's the natural side of us, right? When you meet someone, period, you're kind of like, okay, what is this going to, you know? So, you know, now I'm just going to go ahead and fall into the pet peeves of being a flight attendant.
Yes.
Okay.
Please do.
So, before passengers even get on board, I'm sure you guys already have an idea, being that you two are in the travel industry, of what takes place before you even step on the aircraft. I mean, you're thinking about the ramp people, the gate agents, the person you purchased your ticket with, the weather concerns, the captain, the flight attendants, the maintenance, the mechanics. There's so much going on. It has to be checked off to even make sure, is this going to be a safe and successful flight? All right? So we'll just put that out there. Now, me as a flight attendant, I just stepped on a plane. Now I'm immediately, stowing my bags and going into my security checks. Yeah. Every flight attendant is responsible for their assigned area. Okay, so that's part of our training. We making sure everything says, if this item is working properly, it's like pounded in our head. Like, this is how this oxygen bottle, this is how this halon is supposed to work. Yeah. So we're going through all that on top of setting up for our service. But first things first, does the toilet flush? Right. Like, everything is being checked. So, because we're about to be airborne. And, once we're up there, we're up there. So, all those things. So now the passengers are coming on. And I'll just speak of myself when I'm working as a lead. Lead, the A position, the purser, all those titles is the flight attendant that's leading the ship, okay? The liaison between the captain and the flight attendants and the passengers, the A. That's a lot of weight. Which is actually one of my favorite positions. I don't know if it's a control thing, but...
Because she's a leader, boo.
I'm just like, okay, because I would have other coworkers come up to me. They're like, are you an A? Or are you going to go for purser? Or I'm like, should I? They're like, do you give that? I'm like, oh, okay, well, okay, if that's what it is. Yeah, exactly. And you guys could let me know what you think. Like, as you board an aircraft and you see that flight attendant, and trust and believe, I know there are such things as introverts. I get it. I get there's different personalities. But coming from, and I'll put it on myself, coming from what I just explained to you, all that takes place and what we're prepping for your successful flight as a paid ticketed passenger. When you come on that aircraft and I say hello, do you know there are a lot of people that won't even say hello or say the simplest thing to you, like, how was your day? Or I have been trained to make sure you have a safe flight. Right. And the simplest thing, like a hello. Right.
We are BFFs when I get on that flight. Hi. Hello to everybody. Right. Hey. Because I want to arrive safely. Yeah.
That is just so trippy. Yeah. People will come on.
It's just common courtesy. But that's our normal personality anyway. Yeah. When you enter a room, you speak. You speak. It doesn't matter where you're at.
Yeah. So, when I first started with the commercial part of it, I was like, I used to get offended. Like, what? I know you heard me. Right. Hi, hello. Yeah. And it's just trippy how many people are just literally they'll walk on a plane and just act like you're non-existent.
Weird.
So until it's time to get a drink.
Ma'am.
Yeah.
You
know
see
me now.
Okay.
I'll keep that same energy. I got other people's service. Thank you.
So it took me there's so many steps to where I pretty much had to get over it. Like, these passengers aren't stunting you at the moment. Right. So you're on if I need you, I'll call you. And it's unfortunate because outside of this uniform, you wouldn't know me as a person. So, but just because I'm wearing this uniform, you're treating me a certain type of way. Right. And I'm sure, I'm sure that touches on a lot of people in the hospitality industry. Yeah. People speak to me outside of the airport in uniform just because I'm in uniform. Right. Had I not been in this uniform, you would not speak to me. Yeah. So it's kind of like, you get the people that completely ignore you because you're in a uniform, and you get the people that will speak to you outside of the airport in uniform. So whoa, what a world. So now the passengers are coming on board and we're saying hellos, and no one's speaking back to you. So you're like, just putting on that smile like, hi, whether they say something or not. So everyone's seated. Now let's go ahead. Do you guys have any questions? Because I could talk. No. This is 20 years.
Well, I have a question of this. Let's just be honest. How often do you guys clean those planes in between flights? Because I can tell you, when I was a child, there was a barf bag, and at that time, I didn't know what a barf bag was. and it was on the plane. I opened the bag and I put my
God.
hand in and got some nice slimy stuff. Like, why? And the bag was closed as if it was never touched, if that makes sense. And just in general, as an adult, my sister and I find ourselves taking our wipes out, wiping down our seats.
Yeah.
Like, it's very obvious. Like, the tray is dirty, you know. Like, how often? Why don't you go ahead and tell us the truth?
So, I mean, turn and burn.
Exactly.
It's a turn and burn.
Yeah.
The planes make money in the air.
Right.
So they're not
how
really
quick we could get that plane airborne. So, yes, we clean it every time.
It might not be a thorough cleaning.
It's not a thorough.
And you can tell
When they say clean, they're just picking up maybe big pieces of trash on the ground.
And
That's
right.
it, honey, 'cause we ain't
You're-
touching
you're-
that. But we
you're
are
not
not
deep cleaning.
sanitizing. Right. Well, listen. When I'm on my flight and I put that tray down to sit my drink on it and food, I'm going to need that not to have credit residue.
I'll put it this way. We sanitize the plane as often as you sanitize your car seats.
And we're going to leave that right there. Now, meaning a child
What we do,
No, I mean, just,
in your
how
car.
often do you
which
sanitize
means
your
it
car
doesn't
seats?
happen. Bring your wife, clean your seat, clean your tray. Okay.
People are always
All
watching
right,
us
got
because
it. like my hair gotta touch the back of this.
Yeah.
Like we wiping everything down. Seatbelt buckle, everybody's getting it wiped out. Because I'm gonna tell you one time, and it could just be a coincidence. I was maskless. Because first of all, I have a thought with this recycled air, and everybody's coughing like we on this plane with the flu, with the vid probably, and whatever else. But we're coughing. You know, whoever's behind you, all those molecules are shooting forward. So I just have my own theory. This is recycled air. This AC is on. It's going. We all breathing. This is going. I'm gonna be in my mask. One time I went without it. She got sick. I didn't wipe anything down, but you know, especially on a certain aircraft, I like to, you know, the little computers right there, and I'm and I'm eating and doing whatever else. Yeah, I got sick.
And
so ever since then, I was like, I'm done. I don't care what nobody say. I don't care who's looking at me. I will be masked up on the flight, and I'm wiping everything down.
And as you should. No problem. Like,
Yeah.
when a passenger comes on all maxed up, okay, do you.
Right.
Do
Yeah.
The only thing I say to that is when you decide to start cleaning your area, step out of the aisle, because we're still trying to get
Oh, no,
air.
I'm doing
Yeah.
that in my area.
Yeah.
I don't block the aisle.
No,
I
I'm saying you.
I get it.
But passengers, you like,
Yeah, I get that.
you know,
Okay.
be
We're all
considerate
waiting.
of others.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so it's kind of like, dang, okay, she's cleaning her seat. I feel her on that, but scooch over, you know. So.
What about when it's time to deplane? You got the person way in the back running to the front to get out first, and it's
Instead
not
of waiting their turn.
But they're not waiting. It's, you know, sometimes they'll make an announcement. If you have a connection, let those people out first. It has nothing to do with the connection. You just feel like you need to get out first because you are, you know, man or whatever you want.
You guys, let me know. But as a passenger, but yes, there is that etiquette that you need to be mindful of.
Right.
And I think, okay, it really boils down to whether people realize it or not. Yes, my money is just as green as yours, but I invested in this flight more than you did, okay? And when people don't realize, like, they'll come on a flight, family of 5, they're all seated in different seats. Why does that happen? It happens because you chose a more affordable ticket.
Right, so that's why everybody's
scattered.
Okay, so you know that airline or that third party is not gonna they're gonna accommodate you. They're gonna get you on a flight, but sometimes that doesn't always mean you're gonna be seated together,
right?
Because you chose that affordable ticket,
right? Well, let me tell you what my pet peeve is. So as y'all are separated, I need your kid not to kick the back of my seat, not to bring their leg around to my seat because maybe they're in between the seats. You know what I mean? And I'm a very patient person. So sometimes I don't say nothing at all, but sometimes I'm just going to turn around like, look. Now,
yeah, no, agreed.
Please.
Yeah.
Help me out here.
There are so many etiquettes. Like you said, deplaning, yes. The airline may make that announcement like, hey, we got some tight connections. If you wouldn't mind, stay seated until if you don't have a connection. Okay, and then there's some airlines that are told not to make that announcement because of situations like that where you have that passenger coming from row 40 all the way up.
That's really not deplaning, but they're just... But I feel like there's a lot of people that have that attitude anyway, whether they have to catch a plane or not. It's like when they get out, they almost try to run you over. It's almost like people from your row will go, and if you're sitting like at the window seat, before you can go, like somebody else has like just jetted off, and it's like, okay, it was my row time, and then there's like a couple more rows before we get to your row. It's just a lot of that.
Yeah, and people don't care. Either people don't care or they don't fly that often enough to know.
And
It's just common sense because you can watch what's happening in front of you. Like, to know.
Yeah.
Did we not all ride the school bus
Yeah.
run up? Like there's ways, methods of like how things are done. It's like,
so
what's
I see
going
we
on?
understand
And everybody
each
doesn't
other,
ride the school bus growing up. So parents take them through the carpool line. Okay, but I need some people to express it. Even in school. Everybody got to get up on the road. I'm just saying.
No, absolutely. Yeah, no, I feel your energy on that because that's how it is when people are already planning. It's like, dude, be courteous.
Yeah.
Be courteous to each other. Oh my gosh, you see this lady. I'm going to go ahead and hop into another pet peeve. When passengers, I'm not even going to age discriminate. Yeah. When passengers come on board with luggage they cannot place into the airplane.
And then they looking around like, and it's like, dude, I'm not here to lift your stuff.
Now, right, and I don't like, you should be nice because they're elderly. Wait a minute. So if I have 3 to 4 flights that day, and I have to always be nice to that elderly person,
luggage,
including my own bags. So I then listed 4 or 5 bags and plus my own into these overhead bins. Now I'm hurt.
Mm-hmm.
Now I actually I didn't get into that commercial story. I actually have one. I was up in first class. Passenger arrives late. I made room for her bag to go into the overhead bin. Mm-hmm. I walk away because there you go. Mm-hmm. You got that. Another passenger, a male passenger, says, "Oh, wait a minute. I think she's going to put it up for you."
Like he didn't do it?
I turned around right away. I said, "What makes you think that?" He goes, I said, "Because if I hurt myself, this flight is not going. Mm-hmm. And you need 4 of us minimum."
So then you said, "But you're a male, so why don't you get up and put it in?"
No, I didn't even go that far because by that time he I guess he kind of caught what he said was kind of. Mm-hmm, yeah. So he's like, "Oh no, I get it. I'm sorry." I'm like, the nerve. Like, why would you offer my help? Right. Right, but why didn't you get up and do it yourself?
That's just a man.
Wait. So don't have her put her own bag up.
Right.
Come get me to come help her put her bag. No, that's not how that goes. Mm-hmm. So, I get it now. And there are true injuries where flight attendants have hurt themselves due to helping a passenger put their bags up.
Yeah, but I'm going to need you just to check that bag. If you can't lift it and put it up there, check that bag. Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
I have my laptop. Take it out. Mm-hmm. Like, the excuses that come with it. Oh, my medic. Take it out. Take it out. Mm-hmm. I mean, how and then on top of that, now there's however many open overhead bins down. So now pushing up, that is a lot of upper physical work. Yeah. And I'm surprised I'm not buff yet. But, that's neither here or there. But we're going through the cabin pushing up these overhead bins. I'm like, right. And you want me to lift these bags up? Give me some grace. Help me help you.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Right.
So, yeah. That is... Oof. So that's 2. The not saying hi and hellos and assuming that I'm here to help you with your bags. Right.
Right.
Another thing would be when passengers, and I don't know, I'm going to always put this out there. This is my disclaimer. I don't know everyone's situation, but when elderly people travel by themselves,
Aww.
Yeah, a lot of people, even, or if English is not their first language, it's kind of like, dang, like, how did that person allow you to get this far? If English is not your first language, who purchased your ticket to get this on this aircraft where you can't even physically? I had one passenger wanting people to push the wheelchair onto the plane.
But you couldn't say it?
Not a lick of English. So
you couldn't understand.
Essentially, she needed an aisle chair.
Yeah.
Her body language was like, no, like, keep going. And we're like, oh, whoa. That's not how that goes,
I'm surprised she didn't use Google Translate because I know when I travel to foreign countries and I don't speak the language, like we were in Japan in August, honey, it was Google Translate.
It is a thing, but she was an elderly person. So
she
Google
wasn't
Translate.
Technical with the
Yeah, she's probably like, what's that?
Yeah.
So that's unfortunate. But the list could go on and on and on.
Yeah.
First class, in
first class demanding things.
Yeah, they could be a little pushy and I will give you everything on this aircraft. But within reason.
Yeah.
Alcohol hits you different in the air versus on the ground. Nikki.
So have you guys ever had to tell people no? Have
Oh,
you ever,
yeah.
like, you've had enough?
I actually went up to one passenger. She was enjoying herself. It was a 2.5-hour flight, and I don't mind. Enjoy your flight. But you could tell she was kind of like, okay, I get it. You want to pound as much as you can because it's on you, or it's due to the seat you purchased.
Okay.
So there was one young lady, and when I served her, she was traveling with her friend, and I'm coming with maybe her third drink.
Mm-hmm.
And as I placed the drink down, I said, "Sip slow."
That was your way of letting her know this is your last.
Yes.
Right, trying to make it last.
Yeah, and I overheard her friend say, "Ain't she trying to tell you that's your last drink?" And she goes, "I don't know." I said, "Sip slow." Because it's like, come on now.
Yeah.
You just had 2 or 3 drinks. Relax.
Was it at least 5 o'clock?
I don't even know. I know
For a 2-hour flight.
5 o'clock
I'm
somewhere.
telling you that vacation brain is different.
Yeah.
People really be in vacation mode,
Yeah.
and I wish I could be right there with you, but I still have to be that responsible one for you.
Yeah. Wow. So we'll definitely have you back to give us some other tidbits, maybe even like safety and things like that. So we're gonna have you back to talk about things like that as well. You have any final words or any final thing that you want to share?
Shoot, when it comes to travel, I mean, I don't want to sound, how do you say it?
Cliche? What?
Cliche, yes,
Okay.
thank you. But when airlines or in anything that has to do with risks, I mean, there's a reason why you go through TSA. There's a reason why your bags are going through the security. Safety first is not just a phrase. It's actually, I mean, it's implied. It's something, once you walk through TSA, I don't know what happens through that scanning, but some people's alertness checks out, and, but you still have to be on your P's and Q's, and just kind of, as I mentioned earlier, just be courteous of one another, because it's just this world we live in. Help each other out. Help each other out. Support one another. Yes, we have our differences. And that's another thing, people have their differences, but just try to be mindful of others, and whether you know them or not. I'm so much for building bridges, and I think being on an aircraft with a room full of strangers is the best time to
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for talking to us today and sharing some of your experience, you guys. That's it for Travel Talk with Dawn. Bye.